Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm going to talk about something I've been sinking a lot of time into lately, Rogue Trader. This game is set in the grimdark universe of Warhammer 40k, and today I'm going to dive into my experience with it, focusing on my playthrough as a heretic, pledging allegiance to the Chaos Gods. So grab your bolter and let's get into it. First off, one of the most interesting aspects of Rogue Trader is its branching narrative. You're not locked into a single path here. There are 3 major routes, each with its own unique flavour. You can go for the righteous, Emperor-approved choices, throw your lot in with the dark powers of chaos, or play the classic, neutral, mercenary role. It's a game where your choices matter, and I mean really matter. And it's not just a simple good versus evil thing either. Some choices are downright murky, which makes the moral decisions a lot more difficult. You'll find yourself questioning your next move, and that's exactly what you want in a game like this. Every time you make a decision, it feels like it could tip the scales of the universe in some big way. Now, one thing you might notice right away is that Rogue Trader doesn't have voice acting for its dialogue. It's all text-based, and at first, I wasn't sure how that would work out. I mean, we're used to modern games being fully voiced, right? But honestly, after playing for a while, I found that it didn't detract from the experience as much as I thought it might. The writing in the game is so strong that you don't really miss the voices. The characters' personalities come through loud and clear through their dialogue and actions. It's more old school RPG vibe, and while voice acting would absolutely enhance the immersion in future games, it didn't break the experience for me. The world still felt alive, and the atmosphere was very much present. Okay, so let's talk about my personal playthrough. I chose to go down the heretic path, pledging my loyalty to the Chaos Gods. Sadly, the game doesn't let you pick which god you worship, which is a missed opportunity at some fun and unique abilities, but that didn't stop me setting down the path of a heretic. Throughout the game, the choices you make slowly draw you deeper into the grasp of these gods. It's an absolute blast seeing how your choices shape your character's alignment with the Chaos Gods and the rewards you get for serving them. That said, one of my biggest complaints, albeit a small one, is how late you get your Chaos followers. You don't get them until the final act of the game, and by then you've already sunk a lot of time into your character and you're kind of used to the direction your party's going. Getting those followers earlier would have really allowed me to enjoy the full experience of being a servant of chaos. And speaking of the followers, I did run into a few bugs here and there. Some of my chaos followers' abilities didn't work properly. It was a bit frustrating, especially when I was relying on those abilities to wreak havoc. But to be honest, these bugs didn't ruin my overall enjoyment. I still had a blast, and the story and tactical battles kept me hooked. It's clear that Rogue Trader has some rough edges, but it didn't take away from my overall experience. One interesting and kind of bittersweet part of the heretic path is how your followers react to your choices. Early on, if you start leaning into chaos, your more righteous followers start to notice, and eventually some of them will leave you. It's a pivotal moment in the game, but honestly, I felt like I was already too far gone by that point for it to have the emotional impact I expected. It would have been so much more powerful if the followers started questioning you, threatening to leave, or even trying to bargain with you much earlier. You're making these dark, chaotic decisions from the start, so it felt like the game could have reflected that descent into damnation earlier on. The followers should have started noticing sooner, maybe even trying to pull you back from the brink, or making demands of their own. Instead of waiting until later in the game, I think it would have made sense for those more virtuous followers to confront you much earlier, perhaps even threatening to leave or challenging you to justify your actions. It would have added more drama, and honestly, it could have set the stage for your heretic followers to show up at that point, ready to take their place. That shift in dynamics would have been a lot more impactful. Another thing I want to point out is the overall balance of the game. Even with the bugs, Rogue Trader delivers a really satisfying challenge. The combat is turn-based and tactical, but it's the kind of tactical that's fun and rewarding. You have to think about every move, whether it's positioning your characters or choosing the right abilities for the situation. It's a game that rewards you for playing smart, and honestly, it's one of those games where you can sink hours into it. Of course, I have a few things I'd love to see in the future. For one, voice acting would be an amazing addition. It would give the characters even more personality and make those tough choices feel even more impactful. I'd also love to see them fine-tune the bugs, especially the ones related to abilities and followers. I think with a little polish, the game could go from being great to outstanding. But despite those minor complaints, I can't deny that I had an absolute blast playing Rogue Trader. It's a game I could see myself playing through multiple times, trying out different paths and making different choices. The depth of the story, the weight of the decisions, and the chaotic fun of embracing the Chaos Gods really left a mark on me. I had a great time with this game. So, would I recommend Rogue Trader? Absolutely. If you're a fan of Warhammer 40k, turn-based RPGs, or strategy games in general, this one's for you. Sure, it's not perfect, but it's a damn fun ride that's absolutely worth your time. I'll be diving back in soon for another playthrough, and I definitely think you should give it a shot too. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and drop a comment below about your own Rogue Trader experiences, or tell me which path you'd take if you played. Stay chaotic, my friends. See ya.